Okay, welcome everyone to my stock market technical analysis channel. I'm going to make this video quick. We're going to go through the charts, look at where the market's likely heading. Again, everything in this channel is technical analysis. If you're new to the channel, check out my stock market technical analysis course. I teach all these skills and concepts in the course, priced affordable for all. And if you don't believe me, just maybe watch for a little while, see how my trade ideas that I point out pan out. And then, if I'm starting to point out winners, I suggest taking the course. All right, that's going to help you build your skill set. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this video quick, as I said. So triple Qs. All right, we are approaching the lows again below this nearest support level of about 298. So I'm actually going to probably take another short here. Again, for me, we're right at the key level. So I talked about how I covered my short yesterday. But the point being is that because we're at such a pivotal level, that level is support, but it doesn't have to hold. All right, we can continue lower. So I've got a close eye on it, and maybe take another short here for more downside. All right, if we get that downside, it'll probably be a pretty impulsive sell-off because everyone is expecting the market to hold here. So if it doesn't, we get that impulsive sell-off, then you should see the VIX spike and volatility really spike, and that will probably be the near-term move because we haven't really seen signs of a bottom yet. So I'll be looking for that. Signs of a near-term bottom, reversal candles, things like volatility spiking. Haven't quite seen it. The other thing that I'm looking at is the Apple chart. And again, this is what I've really been focused on. We're getting that sell signal and breakdown today in Apple. So here's Apple's bearish rising wedge pattern right here, okay? And basically, that's the big pattern. We broke to the upside, but that upside came with negative divergence here, all right? So you had negative divergence right there. So that was a divergent high. And then ultimately, the support line is really what we've been looking to break for the next sell signal. And here it is. And as you zoom in, we broke 2 days ago. Yesterday, they kind of recovered. And I said in my video, it's just not good enough. I need to see more impulsive selling. You can see today they rallied it, tested it against resistance again, and down she goes. So that looks like a sell signal to me, and as long as that selling continues and you don't see the buyer step in, that's a sell signal in Apple. And I just don't see the market holding up. If you've just got a brand new fresh sell signal in Apple, I think the market's got another leg lower. So that is what I'll be watching. Okay, so look for, really just, if Apple's got that sell signal, it just tells me more downside. IWM, small caps. Okay, the level of support on the small caps really still remains at that 170 area, yesterday's lows. So if you see yesterday's lows get taken out, it means that we've likely got a lot lower prices in this market to go, and we'll probably look for the next level lower, 145.76, or look for some sort of impulsive selling, and then a reversal, and maybe that is a bear trap, okay? But I think there's a good probability we're going to get that impulsive selling if Apple continues to look like it does. Gold is at support. It's holding support. So looking at the daily, you can see we are holding support right here at about 1840, 1850. And as I look back on the daily chart here, again, there's your bull market going back to 2018. I point that out. So we are right there at support. Look for a move into gold. Look for the metal to move as a safety play. All right, look for a safety play. If the markets continue to sell off, the market's it's very likely to move into gold for safety. Okay, and then bonds. You can see bonds are starting to rise today, which makes sense. If you're going to have a move, institutions are starting to buy bonds for safety. Okay, so that means rising lower bond yields, and there could be a move to rush to safety, a risk off going on. At least I see it in the bonds this morning, and it should flow into gold as well, which means maybe we've got a final kind of impulsive leg lower. Okay, let's go through some of these short trade ideas, just give you guys a quick update on those. GameStop down 8%, continuing that impulsive sell-off. So this is exactly like I've been talking about in my videos, how I thought GameStop would play out. Again, it just goes to market intuition and just kind of understanding the stock that you're looking at. This thing was held up pretty much by nothing, by mania, speculative mania, and all that's coming out of the market. I see all the speculation is coming out of the market, which means it's all unwinding. Just look at the ARK fund, and that was kind of your tell. Now GameStop has been a holdout, but it's pretty much on the way to collapsing. So pretty, again, I don't see anything stopping this till we get to $40. And the more it's getting more impulsive. You see the candles, the sell down days, they started out kind of gradual, grinding around. Now it's just 3 solid red days. So you're likely going to see a breaking point where it's just a mass exodus as people are taking on losses. And the dip buyers are just getting smoked. So look for this to continue lower. All right, that's all I see in that one. And just to give you guys another look, here's AMC. It's doing the same thing, just plunging. All right. So these two are the meme stocks that have really held up, and they just have no business being where they're at. So looking for lower prices. Tesla, all right, this is another one, all right, breaking that near-term support here at 779.83. That's kind of a little area of, you can see back here, we held resistance, we were consolidated and then ramped up. And then we've had reactions every time it's gotten down there for support. We're below it now, breaking it. I think this is probably the real deal, and we're going to break lower. Again, the speculation's coming out of the market. This is another one of those that should head lower. My target for right now, 552. All right, I don't see that going. I see it going down to 552 before we get any kind of meaningful bounce. PANW, again, this should continue lower. We had a couple of days of rallying a little bit. We filled the gap. There was a gap right here where it gapped down, and today we ran up and filled that gap. So that's probably all you're going to get. I don't think you're going to get the back test. I think we'll head lower. We have earnings coming out. This thing might tank on earnings. It's always a gamble a little bit as you go into earnings, but the chart tells me lower. So whether earnings comes out positive and they bounce it on earnings and then sell off, or if it just gaps down, I still think it's heading lower over the in the near term. We're looking for next level of support on this. Minor support here at the lows, 456. So we'll have to watch that. Once you take that out, you don't have any support till you hit about 420.50. All right. Qualcomm just continuing lower. Again, we took the short on Qualcomm for the second time right here. This was after earnings. They backtested our downtrend line. There's our downtrend. And you did basically just get rejected right at that. And we're continuing to trend lower. So I don't see any support. Good support on Qualcomm down here at 122.80. You can see all the tags of support right there. It's resistance, support, 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 support. Very, very good support right down there. So likely once we get down there in that area, I'll cover that. I will be covering this short, probably cover a little bit early, 124.50 or something like that. But I don't see us, stopping till we get down there. C's, talked about this one. We had the sell signal back on May 5th, continuing to sell down. We broke resistance / support. It was right there at 57.78. You can see broke it, and then we tested it the last 2 days, 1, 2, and down we go. So should head down to our next level of support. I don't see any support on this thing till about down to 46.40, 46.50. And so, yeah, looks like we're making our way down. All right, I said I'd keep it quick, so that's kind of all I have. Those are the levels I'm looking at. Look at the recent lows in Qs and IWM. Look for those to get taken out. Look for volatility to start spiking. That's going to be our indication of the next strong, powerful leg lower. I'm seeing signs of it because I'm seeing the bonds are being bought today, which means institutions are moving into safe haven. It's institutions that buy bonds. It's not retail traders for the most part. So if they're buying bonds, it's risk off, which means they're probably selling, continuing to sell tech and, going into safety. So we might see a gold rally as well. It's just something to keep an eye on. I don't see it quite yet, but, we are at support in the metal. Guys, drop me a thumbs up. Check out my course. I'll catch you on the next one.